And then 10thly, keep your promises. I've become aware of sometimes people, even order members, not keeping promises. They undertake to do something. It may be only to arrange the flowers for the shrine, but they don't do it. And this is really very regretful, very regrettable. You must keep your promises. If you can't keep your promises, you're not an individual. Individuality implies continuity, that the you of today is able to act upon the decisions and the promises of the you of yesterday. If you can't do that, if you're at the mercy of passing whims and fancies and change your mind and forget your promises or default on your promises, there's no continuity in you, and therefore to that extent no individuality. And you also let other people down. So I think we should give very, very great importance to this. Don't let other people down. Keep your promises. And that means, of course, don't make promises lightly. Years ago, people used to ask me why I wouldn't promise to do something. I would say, this was when I was in India, I'm not going to promise because I take my promises seriously. But once you have promised, well, your word will be your bond, and people can absolutely rely upon you. It's very frustrating when those who are trying to organize something are given promises. Oh yes, I'll help do this, I'll help do that. But then the promises are broken. It's also frustrating when people simply say, well, I might be able to help you, perhaps I will. They want to keep their options open. Well, if you can only say that, don't say it at all. Either say yes or say no. Because if someone is trying to organize something and he's just got a couple of dozen people who are saying, well, perhaps I can help you, that's no use whatever. Because in order to be able to plan things and organize, he's got to be able to know who he can rely upon and what he can rely upon them for. So pay attention to this particular matter. We could even say that ordination itself represents a promise. You promise to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. You promise to observe the 10 precepts which you take at the time of ordination. These are promises. I promise not to harm other living beings. I promise not to take the not given.